Hey everybody, this is Team Black Pino. We've been here in the Philippines now going on almost 3 weeks. Got here on the 16th of March, and as you see, we haven't been doing a lot of sightseeing just of yet. We've been pretty much focusing on my mom and dad's house, building it. Once we get to the 3rd floor, as we're standing complete, then we're going to do some sightseeing. A little bit about the area. We are currently in Palatayud in Pasig. Right now, this is one of the, in the older days, it's called barrios, but this is where mom and dad stay, and they're getting of age, and we wanted to make sure that they have a sturdy house. When you take a look around, most of this place 5 years ago, correction, 6 years ago, was burnt down, and so there's a lot of people rebuilding from that time. It's taken roughly about 5 years, 5+ years, for people to start rebuilding homes, not just homes of wood and metal tin, but actually hollow block, rebar, wire construction homes. And that's what we're doing for my mom and dad, and it's for a good cause. Their dad is in his 70s and mom's in her upper 60s, and they need some sturdy roof over their head. A couple of things finding out once we got here to the Philippines. They are still enforcing the mask rule, even though a lot of people wear them like underneath their chin. And since the last time we've been here in the Philippines 5 years ago, apparently there's a Clean Air Act. So you go and smoke in private residence. So if you're a smoker, just be aware that most of the places like your malls or your local shopping centers in Makati will only allow you to smoke in designated smoking areas. But other than that, as we walked around, a lot of the businesses shut down due to the fact of COVID. They couldn't sustain. A lot of the larger businesses were able to stay afloat. So things are starting to ramp back up again since they started relaxing the laws here in the Philippines for tourism is concerned. More updates to follow as far as that is concerned. If you are a single person and you're trying to come to the Philippines, you're vaccinated, you're now authorized to do so up to 30 days. Anything past 30 days, you have to apply for a visa. If you are one of those visa-free countries, I have to make that note. But it's a good time. Right now, as far as what the weather is concerned, this is considered the summer season. And with that being said, it is hot and muggy. So if you're from the northern part of the United States where it's springtime and you're still getting that cold weather, no such creature here at all. I think I've lost so much weight just walking around in the local towns outside in the suburbs of Manila than anything. And then of course putting in the work as far as with mom and dad's house. But looking forward to it. I'll give you a good preview of what we've been working on right now. If you look to left to right, this is the 3rd floor. If you look at the outside neighborhood here, it's pretty tall. Another thing with construction, as far as with the Philippines is concerned, they build it for their size. So if you are my height, which is 6'3", everything is small. And I mean everything, from stairwells to the houses that you visit, family, so on and so forth. I have not hit my head on so many ceilings in my life. But you know, it is what it is. You know, average Filipino is roughly between 5'5" to 4'8". So, and I'm 6'3". Filipinos are quite friendly. For the most part, they look at you, stare at you as a foreigner. If you're of my melanated complexion, they're gonna end up calling you like LeBron James or Kobe. But I get a good catchy name. Everybody just calls me Kuya Marcus. Kuya meaning older brother, and of course Marcos because this is also the election season, and Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is running for office for president, so everybody just says Bon Bon Marcus, and that's perfectly fine. I find it comical, and that is what it is. Right here, it's my brother-in-law Edgar over here. He done got his hair changed color to look like a Super Saiyan off of Dragon Ball. I don't know what he was trying to do, trying to catch him a Bulma or a Chi-Chi or something of that nature, but it looks good on him, I guess. And then going down here to the stairwell right here, as soon as he comes back up, is one of my workers. He's Kua Efren. Little note: Filipinos are people of color, and as soon as they get out in the sun, they will look just like me, i.e. my older brother here, Efren. He's just a miniature-sized black person. Don't worry about him. Hey, Efren, smile for the camera. That man is 42 years old of pure short ripness. And a little note on him, he literally bikes from Antipolo, which is 5 kilometers from here, works, and then bikes back. So every day he's biking about a total of about 10 kilometers. He's in shape. In greater shape than I am, and I need to get back into shape. So, but other than that, like I said, I like how we're building this house here. You can actually see all of Metro Manila, all the NCR, and if you look as we slew the camera back, you can also see Antipolo, the mountains over here in Antipolo, which is actually pretty good. Now, with this project that we're doing for my mom and dad's house, we're eventually going to have a 4th floor, and that 4th floor is going to be like a family gathering, a pavilion, terrace, and so it's going to have a dirty kitchen. It's going to be wall where you have TV so you can sing karaoke, which every day, that's another thing, every day there will be somebody singing some karaoke for no reason. It'll be early in the morning, it could be late in the evening, there will be some karaoke singing. If you want to know about prices, we'll do a later video as far as what cost of living is concerned. You know, how much money that we spend out here, which is actually fairly cheap. If you're going to the American standards, little sublet, $1 US is actually roughly about 50 to 51 pesos, so that goes a long way. You know, transportation is cheap, but once you're here in Manila, it can take you about 40 minutes to an hour to go about 3 kilometers, which, you know, that's about 1.5 miles due to the fact that the traffic is concerned.
Not all the time.
During the most of the time, during the daytime, that's what you're gonna be experiencing in traffic, and during the late nights on the weekends, you're definitely gonna experience that amount of traffic. But like I said, we stay local, we stay in the neighborhood. You know, as far as that is concerned, one of the things of great note for those who've never been here before is this: when you go to a country, be a part of the culture. Try to learn the culture. This is not my first go around in the Philippines. I've been here several times before, and by simply respecting the culture, meaning respect the people around you, learn from the people around you, it goes a long way. As far as people being very generous, people being kind, cordial. If you're presuming that same respect and not bringing a sense of bashfulness to the situation, you'll be perfectly safe. Now, security-wise, you know, make sure you have everything secure. That's anywhere you go. Okay, secure. Make sure you have your wallet secure. Make sure you know all your electronic devices. Don't have them all outside on display, because you know you got these little teenagers. They ain't got jobs, and they will likely snatch your stuff up like Haagen-Dazs ice cream. But like I said, that's anywhere. No, if you're in the States, in Europe, or even here, just always be cognizant of where your personal belongings are. I learned that a long time ago when I go to any country that I've actually have traveled in a span of 20 years. So other than that, we're gonna give you updates when we have the final finishing on the 3rd floor. And actually the 3rd floor is supposed to be for me and my wife. So anytime that we come to visit, we can just come to my mom and dad's house, and we already have a room to stay. We do have a room to stay now. We have the 1st and 2nd floor is already complete, but the 3rd floor is definitely much needed for us. But like I said, you hear the sound of construction work. We got to get back to work. Tune in to Team Black Pinot. We're going to keep posting videos, especially when we start traveling to different islands, and a little bit more videos as far as Metro Manila is concerned. But it's a good, joyful vacation. We're going to be here for at least about a good 90 more days, so there's going to be a slew of video coming out. Lastly, before we check off, if you are married to a Filipino citizen and you are a foreign national, when you step off NAIA, go through customs and go through immigration, you're good for a year. So I got here March 16th. I'm good to stay here technically all the way to March of next year, 2023. But that's a little thing to know. They didn't give us any friction as far as that's concerned. They just said, hey, why y'all come to the Philippines? Hey, we're married. Come to see my family, in-laws, and all that stuff. Showed our marriage certificate, and they just pushed us right along. But other than that, stay tuned. Team Black Pinot, you know what it is. I'm out.